All right. Good morning, ladies and gents. Good morning. How y'all doing out there today? I hope we're having a good day. We're having a powerful day. That we're having a day full of success. Where we are saying no to the mess. You know, hopefully you're starting to see now over time how belief starts to take its toll, which maybe that's a good thing, where you start to see a lot of these "not today" Satan shirts. Not today. Hopefully you got a whole lot of "not todays" going on, guys, because we don't have any more time here on this platform. Those who listen to me, follow me, in support of what I'm doing and stuff. We got no more time for the mess, y'all. We have lived. Like I said on my last episode, I'm 40 years in the game. We're 40. We're 43, coming up on 44, and if life is promised to us in blocks of 80 years, this 120 thing that you see sometimes written in the scripture and stuff like that. If that's the case, I got no more time. we got no more time to play. So we're gonna take a hold of who we are. We're going to grasp who we are, and we're just going to go with it. We're just going to go with it, guys. And doing the good old thing. So, let's look into... I gave a lot of information last time. And I have done that actually over the last couple of episodes. It's been quick fire because... really one is on my heart, so just kind of came out there. So again, if it was a little bit for y'all, I apologize. It was a lot for me when I found out. Let's just say it that way, guys. The heaviness and the weight of the truth when you find it out, and you really are about change and learning and growing. It's a lot. And the weight of it is a lot. In scripture it talks about when. For those who believe this, who don't, you have this idea of God showing God's self to people. Again, I try to do this the he him thing. Again, guys, God ain't making females without there being a level of she. Now I understand people have some issues with this thought process, but it is something to give note. So that's why you hear me. I try to be careful with the whole he thing, because, and again, to my Christian brothers and sisters, I'm just saying, y'all, hey, consider a fact. If everything was made after its own kind and God made woman, you got to have a pattern for it from somewhere, right? It just didn't pop out the thin air. So, again, God showing himself, realizing that, hey, it caused, I believe it was the Apostle John. Yeah, they got a couple different iterations of John the Baptist. I think is different than the Apostle John. Few differences of those. Differences, two different people, I believe. But nevertheless, caused him to fall down as a dead man. That's the way it says it in the scripture. The weight of a thing, guys, it's strong, man. It's strong. It's really strong. Just to this little thought, and then we're gonna get baking into the main message today. The idea that, hey, when we get to heaven, there's this whole idea that's said that tears are gonna be wiped away. What were you crying about? You made it, didn't you? You made it, didn't you? What is you crying about? Just think on it. I may have mentioned this in another episode. If not, this is fresh info off the press. The only thing you could be crying about is the missed opportunities, y'all. See, again, you're going to see everything. You're going to see it, right? You're going to be able to. You're going to tap into that power, which is the all-knowing. And when you start gaining some info, yeah, man, that's rough. The different actions from me, you, all of us, all the interactions that we did with people that maybe could have caused someone to their demise. I understand this is big. It's big info, guys. But we're talking about what is that tear? What's the crying? Is it only happy? It's not just happy, y'all. It ain't just happy. Let's live in the moment. Let's grasp this thing now. Let's not live under the deception that has been put in front of us and our parents and ancestors before us. Let's put it aside. The world been living in too much division for too long. Too much division for too long. And one of them starts here with this idea of preachers from the pulpit. See, this is why I am the way I am today, man. Do you know how many hours, y'all, I spent in the church house? First, you got your parent. You got, my mom brought me, and shout out one time to my mother, strong woman, who after my father passed when I was 6 years old, decided to sacrifice of herself as many single parents have done. Didn't get remarried again. Passed away too early from lung cancer. See, again, when y'all want to talk to me about cannabis, let me be very frank with y'all real quick. Before you judge on cannabis, just go look at how many people have died from lung cancer from smoking cannabis. Just do it. Just go on, because I've already done it, right? Go on your phones, go on your computers, and you tell me how many people died from lung cancer from smoking cannabis. And I'm telling you, you won't find very little to none. So y'all can talk. Yeah, we talk the big thing because we just don't like a thing. That's got nothing to do with what may help somebody. I don't know which movie it was, whether it was in y'all in the comments, again, drop them comments, share this, like this, y'all, put the word out there. It's time, guys. It's time. It really is time. All people all across the planet, this is the time. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with the thing, guys. Ain't nothing wrong except what we saying is wrong. Yeah, I think it was either the movie Footloose or Dirty Dancing. One of the two where the dancing was wrong. I always forget the two. I think it was Footloose. Can't dance, and dancing is wrong. I went to school where you give an occasion to the flesh. This is how they used to talk to me. What do you mean? Yet you got verses in the Bible to talk about who doing the dancing. Oh no, that was a different kind of dancing, KJ. Okay. Hey. Again, to each their own. This is where we're at. So, speaking of the different views, here's one on the interracial. So we're gonna break this thing down a little bit because again, I just played the thing. We're gonna do a little reaction. We're going to have a little reaction interaction today, okay, y'all? And we're going to tie it into some more of the notes here. And then we'll go on about our ways, and we will meet up next time. So here we go. We're going to pause and stop as we go. Here we go.
Let me handle this. I know what I'm doing. So
I can't tell your kids who to go with and who not to go date. Not my responsibility.
Pause. We didn't even get in too quick into this, man. Pause. What do we mean when we see again the denial of responsibility? God, I hope y'all are hearing it. I hope it's how do we say? I felt that. I hope y'all are feeling this, man. The denial of responsibility has been to the downfall of humanity. I just don't know how else to say it. It really has. This idea, we've come so far and stuff like that, folks. We've been operating on the first rung of the ladder for too long. Oh, man. Meanwhile, we've been holding back the rest of the group from being able to even touch the first step of the ladder. Check how I said that. Everybody on the sea, again, because we do not think more highly than you should. Everybody thinks that we've come so far. Yeah, we still can't treat people with respect. All people, we still can't. All genders, we Still? Yeah, we ain't come that far. Come on. Come on. Again, do not think more highly of this thing than you should, see? The denial of responsibility has been crazy. You know, they talk that thing about, you get this in the working environment, right? And again, now you got to understand that the workforce set up off of things like slavery from way back when. Again, we got 3 more days left, y'all. We got 3 more days left, man. Black History Month, you know, not for nothing, okay? And again, people use that as a barrier. Black History Month don't end, guys. It is history. You know, we got to set up months and all this stuff. You know why all that's happening? Because people refuse to recognize. We read that in the Willie Lynch letter last time. People refuse to recognize. So here's the problem. You created your own thing by not recognizing. How many people? I learned a black person created the potato chip. For real? That there was a black chef that created macaroni and cheese. I understand what people are going to say. Oh, well, this is because his owner. Because there wasn't supposed to be no owner, y'all. Come on. See, again, the denial of responsibility is rough, man. It's rough. It's the same thing with when you watch the movie The Woman King and all these kinds of things where, oh, hey, you know, the tribes there in Africa were responsible for their own kindness. Why do people waste their time doing that? See, again, we're talking that DID is for real, man. Why do people wait? Whatever the infighting in a group is, has nothing to do with what another group of people does. That's like saying, I'm going to go beat your wife. Listen to this now. Listen to the thinking. You're going to have the neighborhood go beat your wife because the husband beats his wife. What did you say? Oh, man, guys, you are causing your own problems. Don't get mad at the way they do healthcare when you stop other people from getting proper healthcare. Don't get mad at that. Now you can't go to the doctor and do the thing right. And you can pass that on to anything. Don't be mad at education. You stop one whole group of people from learning something. This is just a pour over. All you seeing now is just a pour over, guys, because again, you open the door for that level of karma. It is our responsibility to teach our kids that it's all right to marry who you want to, as long as they. Let me just let. Yeah. You know, I heard a thing when you're dating somebody. You know, we do this 21 questions, couple questions we ask them, right? Most of them shallow and superficial. We really don't. We really don't. I'm doing two things at once here. I asked 300 to 500 questions is what I heard, y'all. People don't even do 3 questions well. 3 to 500. See, again, the idea is knowing the person, y'all. You gonna get married to this person you don't know, you barely know. We talking about whether it's sex, what type of sex you like, how freaky you get. See, again, because we do this sexual repression stuff, nobody know nothing. Now you open up a conversation where y'all can learn about something so that y'all can please each other. Because again, why would you need to go have an open marriage when you got the Mr. and Mrs. Freakdom at home, yo? Now, again, we understand different sexual appetites for different people. We're just having a conversation, y'all. See, this is why I said I put that explicit content thing on there, not because we're going to be using bad language, but because we're going to be saying a thing, or try not to anyway. We're going to say a thing to bring help, and in order to do so, that's it. When folks come talk to me, see again, I have found out folks are okay just staying in the status quo. I am not. The only thing that governs your relationship, y'all, is making sure y'all are equally yoked. Had a question posed to me, so we're gonna put this out here. What in the world yoke means? What is yoke? What you mean yoke, KJ? Cool. We can break it down here for a second. To put a yoke on, as in a pair of animals. So like when you're plowing, again, then those who might be listening from the country, all that kind of thing, y'all already know what yoke means. It's just like, oh, yep, yeah, we get that. Okay. Yoke, for those who don't, yoke, you got two oxen, right? They're plowing the field. You put that thing that you see in pictures, it's got both of them in it, it's on both their necks, and they both conjoined, and then they're both walking like that. Yeah, you accept you're accepting to be, it almost is a contract. This is why, like with the divorce part of it, which I understand people poo-poo, and that's okay. See, again, this thing is how y'all see fit. The great designer of this has made it so y'all can see fit how to do it for your life in as peaceable a way as possible. You don't want to put yourself through the pain of putting the relationship back together after some really wild stuff happens. You can move on. Okay? Just gonna put it there. I know the Catholic Church says it's a sin. We talking about taking the Bible out of context. That's all we're saying, man. Again, to each their own, y'all. To my Catholic brothers and sisters, I apologize. And it's all right. Okay? It's all right. Y'all believe it, go for it. But again, we saying the thing, y'all, those who get a divorce are not in sin. The opposite would be even more horrible, for you to stay in that thing and either commit sin to yourself because you're not showing any self-care to yourself. Again, we're talking about where the thing breaks down, where two people don't want to fix the thing, they don't want to work on the thing, they're ready to go. Hey, again, your Bible tells you, so we're talking about in context, do what is possible to live in peace with everybody. That would include that which would become your ex. We ain't got to go into whooping nobody. We don't need that mess. See, we don't need to be doing all that. Sneaking and freaking behind people's backs and stuff like that. No, if I can't do it out in the open and you don't know, I ain't doing it. See, this is what we talking about, guys. There's got to be a level of conviction. See, but again, if the love of the great body of people grows cold, guess what else would? Conviction. You know, I mean, so this yoke, right? Another thing here, it's a verb. Well, technically a noun and a verb, because the yoke is an actual thing, but couple or attach with or to a yoke. Now, of course, you got the it's funny when you look it up here, they got the slang term, which is yoked. You yoke up somebody. Again, you technically attached to them, like when you beat up someone, you know. Excuse me. So there's that. So again, y'all in lockstep. You can't be in lockstep with somebody when you're not equally yoked. Do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. See, again, unbelievers. That just don't mean sinners. That means those who unbelieve, who undo belief, who do not believe. And you have a lot of those who are believers. Remember, this is going to those who are believers in Corinth. This letter, the second letter to Corinth, aka 2 Corinthians. And the writer is letting folks know, hey, what we doing? What we doing? So you can have a believer who's doing some stuff that you are not cool with. How are you going to be? And again, everybody does not agree on everything. But again, don't sit there and settle. That also doesn't mean talking about relationships. That also don't mean you waiting for the perfect one. Because just letting you know, brothers and sisters, ain't nobody perfect. There is no perfect. You will search down here on this life for the longest. There is no perfect. You looking for somebody with a big bag. They want that money. Hey, okay. You look at the game. Where you getting the money from, man? You either got to go to college and put yourself in a lot of debt to get a degree that you may or may not. We're talking about stuff that is studied, y'all. Like we're not doing conjecture. We're not doing conspiracy. We're talking the real. You can either find somebody that's went to college. This is why intercultural marriage is necessary. Y'all trying to wait to marry inside your own culture, you may have to look outside of it. Y'all would use the God-given sense and logic you've been given along with your heart. You see, when combine the two, you make yourself a more complete person that way, guys and gals. This is, another revolutionary thought that came to me, which was wild, which is the truth. See, again, I'm in this revolution to revolt, to go away from something. This is where we're at, guys, because again, the game's been full of fluff. Hey, the guy is always supposed to come up to the girl and ask her out on a date. What you mean? Don't you know how many squares out there? Of which I used to be one. I'm less of one than I used to be in high school, but you're talking about a Bible boy with no daddy. Come on now, let's be real. It is our responsibility to teach and train, and it don't matter if it's in the library, if it's in the church, if it's at home, of course, if it's on the ball field. Every opportunity is an opportunity to learn. I hope y'all understand that. Every opportunity is an opportunity to learn, guys. Doesn't matter what's going on. You could be in the car. Clearly, we learn something all day long in the car because people cannot drive. They are too either selfish, stubborn, or unknowing about driving to drive. We learn that every day. Just going to work every day, we learn that. All right. Let's keep it moving. Let's go.
If you don't want your kids dating somebody, then you control it.
Pause. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, you control it, but you better be careful. Too much control, that turns into oppression. Allow your children to be them, please. Oh, man, can I say it again? Please allow your babies to. We're going to get into the parenting part of this here in a minute. Let your babies be them, please. Stop looking at life through the lenses of how you would want your life to have gone. And learn that your life can go on through them in the form in which they live it. Not the way you would want them to live it. Man, if we get a hold of that, you would end like 95% of the strife in the house. Man, I'm being for real, yo. You raise them up that way, you don't have no problems. So it don't matter what see, again, we're talking about everything in its right design, because I understand where the defenses go. No, KJ, well, we don't want them going to jail and blah, blah. We ain't talking about that. Be hip to the game enough to teach them about the things that keep them out of prison, right? This is definitely going to the black folks. What? The prison is designed to keep you there. That's what the police patrols and stuff. I understand people want to get on it. I get it. And while we do need policing, understand the design in which it was created. It's not what y'all think it is. You use the holy notion of justice and keeping people safe, and you turn that thing into just going hunting and destroying, like the Sentinels going after the X-Men, man. In this case, the mutants was the black folks and the natives. Everybody on it. Hey, we're just saying what it is, guys. Again, so yeah, make sure. We ain't talking about your kids doing illegal stuff. They're no different than you, right? Keep them hip to the game. You won't have this problem. So let's keep it rolling.
But you control it a long time before they ever get to be dating age.
Man, I can't even go like 5 seconds without stopping this thing. When people keep talking about this racism thing, why doesn't it end? Why doesn't it end? Because the power structure that wants to keep it this way will continue it this way. That is until the rest of people stand up against it. You want to end racism? You want to end the competition between the groups of people? Then stop playing the game. How do you stop playing the game? Start supporting other people to get in their own. And you'll see how fast the opposition will come up against you. Start getting on the side of righteousness. And how do you do that? Hey, we see y'all been down, this, that, and the other. It doesn't matter whether it's in your neighborhood, on your job, in your supermarket. Don't matter where it is. Hey, we're going to help you get this going. Hey, we're going to... Being for real, y'all. I don't know how else to saying it, man. Every other place does it. We talking especially with black folks. Listen, how many times do I have to keep hearing we got $1 trillion we keep spending every year? How many times do I got to keep hearing that? This is specifically to my black brothers. Can we stop? Can we listen, if they are minimizing us, get out from under it by leaving. Y'all, this is not, again, you don't have to excommunicate people. It's just, hey, we need our own because it's not working here with y'all. Right? Y'all want to keep us at a certain level while saying, no, you can, the sky's the limit, right? Okay, so we're done on the okie doke game. We're going to go over here. That's all. It's okay. This is a business. It's a competition. Sometimes you got to trade teams, guys. Again, team integration ain't working. Hey, let's keep it rolling.
You talk about we're friends. We can be friends with everybody. We are not racist, but we are not going to date this group of people. It's not in our culture to do it. We're not going to do it.
Intercultural marriage was made legal. Hold on a second. I want to say it's 1960 something. Hold on a second. 1967. See, again, go back to the 60s and the 70s, y'all. It took these fools till this late 60s to recognize two different types of people from different places could get married. I'm gonna make it plain because we're gonna take the cultural part of it. We're gonna take that marriage. Matter of fact, look at the word, look at the term. You can't even say marriage. You got to call it interracial. You know why? Because in all honesty, y'all. See, this is, again, we're talking about this thing with relationships, how people relate. Folks are done not being able to be related to. So they going where they need to be related to, y'all. That's it. That's really it. I just saw a video online of a brother beating another brother. So horrible. So horrible. So not beating another brother, beating another sister. So horrible, man. And you gonna sit there and say that the women are too damn headstrong? What are you saying? They got to deal with that with y'all. And guess what? Not just the black folks. The white men are the same way. Hispanic men have been the same way. Huh? You don't own anybody. See, but again, when your brain is indoctrinated and you stay around folks whose brains are indoctrinated in this ownership garbage, guess what you're going to do? You're going to do what they do. This is why you shouldn't be yoked together with folks like that. You see? It looks weird having an oxen. It really can't be done, but we'll just say it this way. An oxen with a rabbit. You can't. You think any work going to get done that way? No. And you ain't gonna have a good relationship unequally yoked. Anyway. He goes on it for the sake of time. I'm gonna because I can go on a little bit here. I need to get into these notes, and then we'll go on about our way today. So he goes on to talk about certain things like it's not the church's fault. Again, we already said the education needs to be coming from every place possible, right? Because again, education comes from every place possible. So you're learning something from every place. So if I'm gonna sit down in your church and give you money, we're just saying what it is. See, again, holy notions get twisted, guys. If I'm gonna sit down in your church and give you money, you need to be coming back with something. I need to learn about something. You never hear about finances. Why people don't ever say it? What? So if God is talking about you guys, we have talked about this whole thing with your talents, right? and how Jesus gives the analogy where the owner, the boss comes back to the workers, and especially the one that only had one talent, telling them, hey, you could have put it to the usury being a place where the percentages, how can I say this? So like where the percentages are off, like when you get a credit card where the APR is way, way, way too high, and then you get screwed on the back end when you start paying, and right? So that same kind of thing. You could have put your money into something that was totally corrupt and still gotten something back. Again, Jesus is alluding to the fact that you need to be putting your money somewhere, right? You could just have a conversation. They could sit down for half an hour and talk about different things in finance. Won't do it. Health. Won't do it. But then again, when most of the preachers are fat, why would they? Never mind. I'm sorry, y'all. And we all know, we've all seen them get what big is, and this is not to make fun of fat people. See, again, we're talking about that fake offense. This is not to talk about fat folks or those who are overweight, excuse me. This is not making fun. It is bringing to light. We hold each other accountable, God. It's not going to work. It's not going to work till we work it, and we're not working it as well as we should be. That's all. We should not be so caught up with a foldable phone, the atomic bomb, and a rocket that could go to space and say we've made it. Not when you had civilizations prior with whole towns, no books, no nothing, no studying math, none of that. We're talking about using the knowledge that comes from the Creator. Don't need? Never mind. So, just keeping everything in check, okay? You learn from everywhere. It's not about controlling your kids. It's about propelling them. Which at a certain point after you shoot the arrow, it's going to fly. You can send it to a certain direction, but it's going to fly where it's going to go. Yes, you do help with the aim, but again, the arrow is going to fly on its own. To use the birds analogy, once the baby bird's kicked out of the thing, you are flying on your own. Now, this also goes to this idea. He talks about this 18, 21-year-old thing. I must address this because there's another one of these things I'm tired of hearing. Your babies are how do I say this? You don't not have babies no more because they hit 18 and 21, huh? They still your babies when they hit 35, 41, until you die. Matter of fact, after death, they still your kids. They came from you. What do you mean? They on their own. Ooh, who on their own? See, and this is why we weaken society. Your kids are still... Never mind. Never. Lord, man. And you put them on their own out there to the wolves? You put them on their own. I don't care if they is homosexual or not. Let me use the words that everybody else used. I don't care if they were gay or they're not. You don't leave your babies on an island? I don't believe in that. It ain't. Okay. So now when you get to heaven, you got to answer for the fact that why you left it. You just going to put them to the wolves? That's how that works? Okay. Hey, that's a conversation between you and the Creator, not me. I'm just saying, guys, just something to consider. Okay. You leave them alone out there, it's going to get even worse. Again, this thing is meant to destroy family, not put it together. We are the ones that are doing the work to put it together and to keep it together. All right. Let's hit the next. Let's hit the next. See, again, this whole idea, just something from, and I think I've read it before. Everything we're doing, guys, this is from Isaiah 61. You have abilities given to you so that you can, the gospel, what the good news is what it means, right? So preaching good tidings to the meek, encouraging those, encourage those who are already humble. Those in your life that are able to see. We talked about that word meek, right? Where you put yourself in an empathetic situation. Encourage those people. Bind up the broke. People are broken today, man. They're hurting on the inside. That's not the time to make fun of them. That's the time to bind up their wounds, just like the Good Samaritan, man. Proclaiming liberty to the captives. I think that's very really, and that actually goes into a whole lot of life. That goes to your criminal reform. That goes to people, just things that people deal with on the inside that's got them held captive, as the phrase goes. All those, it's about liberty. Be free. This is what you have the gifts for. This is what you have these abilities for. Opening the prison to them that are bound. Again, you're just doubling down on the same thing, guys, about freedom, not the opposite way. And of course, when you start doing that, you put the target on your back. But that's all right. That's all right, guys. That's all right. Another part in the Bible talks about, and this is while St. Paul was in jail, said, hey, whether for good or evil, is or pretense is the word. As long as the gospel is preached, man, this is what we're about. So you can either try to flip it, which Lord knows they have flipped the Bible on its ear, man. They have been we making up whole other versions, all types of wild mess, man. All right, let's get into this one. Proverbs 18. The Proverbs are really cool. Proverbs across the planet, actually, are really cool. Okay, there's a lot of wisdom that has been poured from the Creator into humans that they're just re-saying, which is a cool thing because it is good to see all these different views, right? So, 18, so who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. When you find, now again, help me, right? Help me. Let me help. It's a good thing to find help that is suitable for you, man. What? And that wouldn't just be wife, because again, if you see wife there, that also means husband. And if it means husband and wife, that means, we're talking relationships that work here. See, people are only looking at the thing very, very, they're not going any deeper. So you just finds a wife, finds a good thing. That's it. No, it means anything that helps advance you like that. You find that, that's good. Yeah, the primary part of the verse is telling you find a wife, you find a good thing. But there's more, right? Make it easier for someone to do something by offering one's services or resources. Assistance. I like that one. I like that one. This is the word help, y'all. But you own someone, you own aid, assistance, support. This is what you need, man. Since you like to get on your high horse, and it's a challenge to me and every other man that may hear this under the sound of my voice. You are so high on your horse. Guess what? God said you need help. You cannot do this by yourself. You are powerless to do it by yourself. You need help. Somebody just like you, little bit different, just like you, to help you. And no wonder there's so much contention between the two. Many times the thing that's most similar that is good for you is the first thing you'll reject. You see that all over the Bible. Matter of fact, one of these analogies they use with God, like preachers will do it sometimes, is they'll take the book of Hosea, I believe it's Hosea, and they'll say that God is the husband to the harlot. Because again, it's this constant idea of accepting back that which continuously rejects you. Which there's a whole thought process with that. You need help, you need help. You can't do this whole you can business, your health, of all the types of your body involved in society. You need help, man. And what in the man? And again, see, if one is helping the other, don't the other one help the other? Wouldn't you think it's only going one way? This is why I said we need each other, guys. This isn't the thing. Now, again, you just don't need any old body. You need the one meat. So, let's just Oh boy. Let's see what we get. Touch or join. An organized event in which a number of races, like a swim meet, okay, a bunch of folks come together. Will we band together? Now, this is a competition. Again, much of a relationship's a business, y'all. That woman got needs and wants the same way you got needs and wants. Y'all gonna have to, never mind, man. See, but again, we're talking about relationships. Relate. Building a rapport with each other. You want certain things from the woman, there's got to be agreements here. Now, again, we're not talking about abusing the ability to agree and to make contracts, to make agreements with each other, right? But again, if you got impropriety in business, wouldn't you have it in the, well, let me say it this way. Relationships, businesses are just an extension of relationships. So if you're doing one and the other, wouldn't you? Anyway. Anyway, man. Oh, wow. To encounter, to get together, to converge. This is in Hebrew now. Match, suit, fit, accommodate. We got accommodations. You hear that a lot in businesses. Where we can give you acceptable or suitable accommodation, especially when you hurt yourself, and then you're supposed to go back to work because you got to make money. But system is designed and oops, you disqualified because you got hurt, something you didn't even do to yourself. Accommodations. That person in your life accommodates to you. What do that word mean? I wonder. Y'all, let's just, again, we just going down we're walking down the road, man. Something supplied for convenience or to satisfy need. I'm not going to go through all the needs. One, we're going to deal with one of them. Oh, man. How many times we got to see in a movie somebody beat their wife because they, by accident, burn some toast? Now, I'm not talking for the people who don't care and just serve slop all day. We're not talking about that. We're talking about where you make a mistake and you just fly off the handle with them. And you never go back and you say sorry. Again, look at one of the things. Look at one of the things in here. Restoring. In relationships is the idea of restoring, of bringing back. Let's just get into this because I've been sitting on it for a while, right? We got other things like iron sharpening iron. Again, we're talking about where you iron sharpening iron. So it's going to clash a little bit, but again, the end result is supposed to be making you sharper, making you wiser, making you stronger. That's what y'all supposed to be doing to each other on a daily basis. To get friends being friendly. Again, a lot of people not understanding a thing here. The least of these. Since people like to say women are the whew, this will be a good one. That woman is the lesser vessel, right? She's weaker. She's this. She's that. That's weaker. Boy. We gotta check, y'all, the heart here. That's the issue. What is the heart of the matter? We're yoked together, guys. Let's see if we can find this here. It is in Matthew. It is in Matthew 25 again. Like we say about older people, when they get older, when their time is near, the filter kind of falls off, so they just tell you the truth. They don't. So now check this out. You see calling them weaker now, right? And this also goes for anybody who is ever disparaged in society, especially to the Christian brothers and sisters here. This is rough, okay? Talking about the end times, what's going to happen to folks and all that kind of thing. For then the king said unto them, this is verse 34, on his right hand, come ye, blessed my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you, the foundation of the world. For I was hungered, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came unto me. And then the righteous said, let's just see here. Yep. So the righteous, again, we talking about people who, because the opposite of the verses is done the other way around. When did we see you hungry and fed you and thirsty? When did we see you were a stranger in a strange land? You know, people who come from state to state. Oh boy, Lord help somebody. And you treat them like trash. It's a shame. It's a shame. Make it harder for people. You got somebody from, it doesn't matter where from. They go from Montana, come down to Texas. This also works continent to continent. We're supposed to invite people in, y'all. Again, unless the thing is going sideways. But see, people try to find too many excuses out of being responsible. We all do it. Treat them like garbage. You know, again, got that Mean Girls mentality. Oh, who's this? Oh, who's this new girl in school? Yeah, let's screw up that chick's life. She's gonna get it. Yeah, when it's like that, guys, again, this thing is to share. It's the same mentality with migrants and immigrants. But again, you gotta get your heart right. See, hold your government accountable for not doing right toward you. Got nothing to do with the immigrant part of it. And it don't start with voting for president. You gotta go deeper than that. So when did we do all this, Lord? The king answered and said unto them, verily, truly, truly, for real, I am telling y'all, inasmuch as you have done it unto the least of these. Jesus ain't even saying the ones that's high on the totem pole, that you would consider high on the totem pole. The least. Now you think of all of the people in society folks call the least. That would include this lesser than vessel mess people keep doing because they stuck on machismo when it comes to women. So if you're going to do right by somebody, got that woman in your life that you feel is lesser than. When is she sick? Did you visit her? When prison. Now again, prison does not have to be physical prison. Prison is also in the mind. Captivity happens in the mind and in the heart. Were you there? Did you visit her through that stuff? Or did you just say, that's a female problem? Guys, we're just talking about the heart of a thing. See, because of the masculine, feminine garbage that's been put in, men reject. See, again, if woman is being pulled from man, there's a level of femininity. Never mind. And because of that, men have masculine and feminine traits like women have feminine and masculine traits. Just a side note, because I know they don't tell you this in the school. They need you to be a certain way so you can keep being a work mule for them. We understand. See, because again, they want the women at home to do the baby thing so the man can be out there and be a work mule because he's never going to get the right amount of money he's supposed to. And now they double down on it with greed. Now they need y'all both out there. Nobody's standing up for a thing. And 1 and 2 people ain't going to do it, guys. It's got to be communities. It's got to be people here. The least of these. When did you, husband, head of the house, see her as a stranger? You know, when they have little issues with things that they feel uncomfortable with. Did you help them through it? I told y'all that story about me and my wife. And again, I understand everybody to different degrees. We get that. The name of the podcast is a different view. I get that, but we're talking about put yourself in the heart and mindset that you can come down on the level that if a woman is bleeding very badly, time of the month stuff, that you can go and get her stuff that she needs, y'all. We just talking. We just keeping it real. and anything else that she may go through. And ladies, of course, you know, some men are not okay with that. So if we cannot put them in that position, of course, but again, at the end of the day, guys, be okay with it. Extend the hand of help. Naked and getting clothes, that's, you know. Again, you can be mentally, not just physically on a thing. Although it could be physical as far as getting them clothes and stuff like that. We understand. Right? Hungry, thirsty on the inside. Are we satisfying them? This is a thing. This is a thing, which goes both ways. But again, we're talking about what you would do to the least of these. And clearly men are still stuck on the woman being the lesser vessel, the weaker vessel. So again, to the least of these. Not to mention the Bible doubles down on this thought by saying, hey, God uses the things that are weak to confound the wise. To confound the strong, and the things that are considered dumb to confound the wise. I mean, this is biblical, guys. This is, you know, the quicker we get there, the better. Let's see. So we're gonna stop here. We're gonna stop here, and we're gonna stop with this definition of one. You look at the word one. One deals with the lowest cardinal number. That says the two will be one flesh, right? Again, consistently. Doesn't happen. It's a continuous thing because you will be, shall be, right? Lowest cardinal number, half of 2. Okay, that's cool. Again, you get other things like identical, the same. Now check out the word cardinal. What, the cardinal? So of course you're talking about those who rank below the Pope, like in Catholicism. Of course, the bird. Okay. Now the etymology comes from the cardinal, which means serving as a hinge. The word one meaning unique. These relationships are unique. No wonder you shouldn't be down in intercultural marriage. That's about as unique as it gets. You got an Asian with somebody of African descent? And I'm not just talking about from Africa. See, again, you're talking about a diaspora of people. That's why I use the term African descent. Those who may have descended from places in and around Africa. They might not actually be African, though. So it's a descent from. Just saying, y'all. Because again, you had dark colored people all over the planet. Still do. And let's not do this thing. Oh, well, you know, if everybody gets, because there's another thing that he said in this video. Well, you know, you keep doing it, you're not gonna have it anymore. What you mean? You just had in society this one black drop rule. Go look that up online. One black drop. So then you still recognize it even in the mixed, or what you call the mulatto people. The thing hinges upon it, guys. Relationships. Again, marriage is one type. Reality itself hinges upon how well we relate with each other. And clearly, we have not been relating very well with each other. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. Scared that a black man would have sex with a white woman. Y'all gotta, come on. Because that's what that was. That's what that was. That's why white women revolted and started going with the black brothers. Let's just be honest here. You got it. You don't own anybody. You don't own anybody. And that goes for every other culture on the planet. That's not to mention who just wanted to be with another one anyway. See, again, you can't control these things, guys. We share in life's experiences together. So this is where we're going to stop. And we will pick up next time. That's part number 6. Part number 6. I probably will start off with the parenting thing next time. It's short. The next couple of ones are pretty short, and then we're going to go on from there. Because there's other things to talk about. Relationships is always something we'll come back to. So Thank y'all for staying on the journey with me. I know we went a little bit longer today, but certain things that had to be talked about. So thank you. Like and share this. We'll have this on different platforms and such. And as always, look to find the beauty in a different view.